Good evening, everyone. I'm Emily Voles, and we begin at 5:30 with our monthly segment with the Providence Mayor. Here's NBC 10 Connect to Providence with Dan Jaehnig.
Thanks, Emily. The segment's going really well because we've upgraded our set, as you can see right now. It's almost like the Today Show. Mayor, good to see you.
Nice to see you, too.
Let's start off with the Washington Bridge. Of course, everyone's anticipating the report that, some are speculating may come out this week. You have said that you haven't heard anything from the administration. I want to talk to you a little bit about the people impacted in Providence. I can't tell you the number of people that will say, oh, I want to get sushi in the city. It's the bridge. Yeah. And one of the flower owners down in East Providence had a great statement the other day where he's struggling to keep afloat. Why would he take another loan on top of that from the federal government? Yeah. So I wanted to say what you're doing for the businesses of Providence.
Yeah, so obviously many businesses are affected by people just changing their plans and deciding to stay home. In Providence, the Wayland Square neighborhood is most affected. And so we've been working closely with them to see what else we could offer. We know that the SBA loan program is in fact a loan, and that's not attractive to a lot of people. And so we're looking at things like free parking and just things to sort of ease the pain a little bit, make it a little bit better experience. We're also still really dealing with the effects of the detour traffic, which is affecting businesses. So we've got 18-wheelers coming through Wayland Square. There's a prominent, well-known Starbucks there with a crosswalk in front of it. Nobody wants to cross the street, and I don't blame them because there's a tractor trailer in the road. And so we're looking at some traffic changes as we all anxiously await whatever the final verdict is.
Yeah, it seems as though some people are also getting frustrated because there's just been some quietness. There hasn't been a lot of, this is one of those things you almost feel like it's a snowstorm when you need to do weekly news conferences. We really haven't heard that on the state level. What about on the city level?
Thankfully at the city level, it's much more hand-to-hand, right? And I happen to live very close to that neighborhood. Right. And so I'm in regular contact with many of those business owners. And I will say positively, with my own eyes today, I happen to be in East Providence, coming across the bridge. I see them doing work. They're working on the adjustment to add a second lane. Right. Or third lane, rather, to both directions. They were digging up pavement. They were actually doing work today that I observed myself. So that is happening, and that'll help. Right.
And although some will say, why work on a bridge if it eventually could be torn down? I mean, that's what you've heard also.
Yeah, but we're working on the bridge that's not going to be torn down, the other side, to add capacity, 50% increase in capacity. That's real. It's going to help. And I saw them getting ready to add that third lane today. So that's good. It's
great.
Progress.
I want to talk to you about a big event that has a lot of people's attention. And I know that we talked a little bit about it previously. It's the Providence Marathon. There are thousands of people coming from all over the country and beyond. In fact, our 5:30 producer is going to run well. And as a runner, they also train for more than a year. So a lot of economic money here. And I want to we just got a statement from the marathon spokesperson that says we're working with urgency to finalize plans for the Providence Marathon with our local government partners, given the current status of the Washington Bridge. Less than 50 days away. What is the status?
So, as you said, I am a runner, and I think this is a beautiful place to come run, and I hope people get a chance to run the marathon this year. But it is a privately run race, and runners need to check with the race organizer to know for sure what the go-forward plan is. We want to do it, and we're working with them on a route that adjusts to the current environment.
Right. Well, I mean, that's a good answer politically, but of course they want the marathon to happen. They're waiting on city and state to basically say, what's the new route? Because it used to go over the Henderson Bridge, if I remember correctly. And now that Henderson Bridge, people don't want to shut it down. So, I mean, less than a month and away, some people are canceling hotels. They need an answer from somebody in government, and you're the mayor of the city.
They're not waiting. The runners are not waiting on an answer from me. The runners are waiting for an update from the race organizer. And so they should check the race's website and stay tuned for updates.
All right, I'm going to stay on this for 1 second.
Yeah.
You know I am, right? Statement says, we're in touch with our local government partners given the current status of the Washington Bridge. So they're basically waiting on you guys.
They're not waiting on us. They know what they need to do for us. This route goes through multiple communities. I can't speak if they have issues with other cities or towns. It crosses at least 3 towns that I can think of. But they know what they need to do with us.
And what is that?
Well, there's some changes to the route that we've outlined that we think will work given all the construction.
Okay.
So they know what that is. As
you sit here today on live television, and obviously things can change, are you 100% confident that this marathon is going to go?
No, I can't give you that commitment today. The race organizer needs to make that notice. It's not our race.
Right, but you benefit a lot in terms of economic help with people coming in and staying in hotels.
Love the marathon, and I hope it does happen.
Right.
But it's not our event, and it's not ultimately my choice.
Who has the final say? Governor? DOT, PRLVD?
No, it would be each of the municipalities that race goes through. So
Okay.
for
But
Providence,
more so Providence and East
Yeah.
Providence, because Barrington doesn't have an issue right now, obviously.
I don't know if they do or not. I'm not trying to make an issue where there isn't one.
Right.
I have no idea what the discussion is with Barrington.
So basically
they know
it's-
what they need to do in Providence.
Okay, up in the air right now. If you're watching, if you're
They
a
don't
runner.
have a final plan with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. PVDFest,
Yeah.
obviously a little bit lighter. You basically listened to the people. You got some praise for that. In addition to what you announced, what other changes are we going to see in the city?
Well, you're going to see, and you're going to start to see this with all of our public events, you're going to see a rain date so that if we have inclement weather, which is happening all the time, you'll have an alternative. So that's going to be Sunday this year. So if it rains out Friday, we have Sunday as an option. If it rains out Saturday, we have Sunday as an option. That way, all these people who put all this time and effort into it, and all the artists who are waiting to have a great audience to perform in front of, will have a backup plan. And so that's, I think, a really important change. It's the 10th anniversary of a festival in the plaza, and so there's going to be some surprising announcements and spectacles and performances. We'll be making performing announcements later in the year. But, 10 years, a nice round number, a big anniversary, so people should expect a great festival this year.
All right, I want to move on to the VL Lounge. A couple of stabbings there over the weekend. I always found it interesting. Boston has clubs, New York City has clubs, but there's always problems in Providence. This predates you. I mean, this went back years from your mayors. What is it about the Providence city that people are getting stabbed at clubs when they come down?
Well, I don't know that these other cities don't also have violence. Unfortunately, a combination of young people, alcohol late at night, sometimes people behave badly.
Right.
And so we hold those club owners accountable. Providence Police are actively involved, and in this case, the owner has been shut down perhaps for an extended period of time because it was not a safe environment and they should have done better.
Right.
But we're vigilant about these things. The Board of Licenses does their job to shut these clubs down, and in this case, it is not a statement about the safety on Federal Hill. This was one club with one bad experience, but I would still encourage people to go have a great meal.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
Italy.
I Googled club stabbings, violence in New York and Boston for the last month, and only Providence comes up. So there's going to be, and this is predates you. Have you ever thought about putting a detail Friday and Saturday nights and require these clubs to pay the detail?
Yeah, so many of our clubs do have a detail. Some are mandated to do so because of past incidents, and some choose to do so because they want to do right by the city and their patrons. And so we have many security details at many of our clubs, and I would imagine that if VL is allowed to reopen, that would be a requirement in the future.
Right. Okay. Mayor, thank you for your time. We
Thank
appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the new digs here.
It looks great.
There'll be some coffee and tea on the side over
That's
here.
great.
All right. Let's get back to Emily and Mark.